Morning eBay. Here we got up for sale the 1969 Chevy C10. I'm going to try and go through it here so everybody gets a good idea on what they're bidding on. This thing has a 25-inch spring lift, 44-inch TSL tires. As you can see, the tires are in excellent condition, 90% or more. Very few miles on the truck since it's been built. I've owned it for 5 years. Put about 1,000 miles on it, parades and cruises. It's a lot of fun. It's definitely an eye catcher, and it's always been very reliable, very trustworthy. Never has left me stranded. It always starts and runs, so I'll try and go through it here and get some good pictures. So let's start from the front here. As you can see, the axle's like 96 era Dodge 1-ton axle. It has the stud that goes into the housing, which my understanding is a quality axle. It's a, I believe it's called a kingpin axle, which I understand is good for these large tires. I put axle seals and bearings and brakes about 5 years ago when I bought the truck, and I have less than 1,000 miles on it since I've owned it. The wheels are the heavy duty, extra thick steel wheels meant for this size tire. I looked it up once. The tire and the wheel would run about $1,200, so there's about $4,800 of wheels and tires on this truck. And these axles sell all day long on Craigslist for $2,000 a piece. So we've got quite a bit wrapped up just in the drivetrain, just in the axles. Here's the rear axle. It's a Dana. I'm not gonna tell you what type because I don't want to be wrong. But I know they're Dana axles, and they're 1-tons. Drum brakes on the rear. Okay. Looking up in here, our wood bed could be replaced. It's missing a board down the center. Good exhaust, no holes, chrome tips, full-length semi-mud flaps. How many trucks can you run a full-length semi-mud flap on it? Okay, looking up here from the frame, there's the 205 transfer case. Brand new U-joints in the driveline. Right now the front drive shaft is not connected. Try and get out from under the truck here, sorry. Here is the jack box that's included with the truck. This mounts to the front cross member and drops the front driveline approximately 16 inches so that then you get a correct driveline angle. And it has a chain tensioner, double roller 5/8 chain, bearings, greasable bearings. There's the front drive shaft. With this hooked up, yes, the 4-wheel drive works. I have it unhooked because I was going to add another transfer case to it, so it'd have a 4-to-1 ratio instead of just a 2-to-1. But then I changed directions and have taken on other projects. Okay, as you can see, the bed is very rust-free, very clean, no dents in the fenders. Rubber mat, you know, wood bed, but the wood could use replaced. There's a board in here under this mat. Okay, let me climb up here and we'll get a view of the top of the cab. And we'll show you the inside. So here's the top of the cab. It's not textured paint, it's morning dew on it, so the paint is good condition. And I'm looking at the thing there. Okay. Okay, back up. Go down the side of the truck. Paint's fairly good condition. Nice lights. It has holes in the bed where it had a snap tonneau. No rust on the fender wells. Trim is good. Here's the one rust hole on the entire truck. along with the under cab mount is kind of what else do you get under here? Okay, there's the transmission, there's the engine, headers, wraps, new starter. The starter didn't go out, it was just turning slow, so I replaced it. But it always started, it never has left me stranded. Okay, here's the new front axle, new Skyjacker shocks. Okay, cherry bombs. Really nice work, whoever built the lift kit. Really custom fabricated spring mounts, custom made rear shackles. Just did a great job building that stuff with greaserts and supports for everything. Frame looks good. Up here, the Chevy steering box. Here's looking at the engine. We've got headers. Holley 650 manual choke carb, runs good, fuel pressure gauge, brand new water pump. Again, it didn't leave me stranded, but I had a slight bearing squeak in the water pump, and so I went ahead and replaced it. The engine, I believe, is like a 1980s era 350 with the SM 421 4-speed, I believe. Don't quote me on these numbers, I'm just telling you what I think I know. There's always somebody that knows more. Okay. Alright. C10, 350. Okay, let's look on the inside now. Good door panels, all complete. Stereo, matte. Here's the rocker. You can see it's really dry, no rust. Nothing worth crying about. Let's see. Here's the twin shift, the split shifters for the transfer case, so you can choose low or high for the rear end as you drive. It's nice to drive it in low. It runs great up to 35. You can put it in high gear. I've gone 65 miles an hour on this truck. I wouldn't recommend it for long amounts of times because with the springs it's a little bouncy. But it'll do it. It's a good truck. Okay, there's the seat. Seat's in fairly good condition. I've never had the cover off, so I don't know what it looks like underneath, but it feels good. I think there's some damage on the driver's side. That's why the cover's on it. Oh, got this cool headliner with the speakers in it, and the dome light's falling down there, but there's one repair you need to make. You got to put the dome light back up. So yeah, it has the speakers, easy to hear. And so I'll try and get this video out there so everybody can see what they're bidding on. Again, here's the passenger side, very clean, no rust, very solid. You can see this rocker is solid. No rust. I don't know why it's just that driver's side. This cab mount is solid too. I guess there's a little spot there, but nothing to cry about compared to cars from the East Coast. This is a 1969 Chevy, so there we go. And yeah, there's those custom front shackles somebody made. That's a good view of the spring hangers, the springs. Yep. So whoever gets this can have get the four-wheel drive hooked back up or do it differently, however they want to do. All right. You can see the tires are just excellent condition. Great tread on them. Brand new. I mean, they're solid. They've never really been off-roaded. I've never gone off-roading. I went in the mud once. The truck took 15 minutes to get dirty and 3 hours to clean. So yeah, those tires will move some landscaping. Okay, what else can I show you here? The front fender's been trimmed a little to fit the, I don't know, just for looks, I guess. The tire doesn't travel that far. It's a spring suspension. It's not like an articulated suspension where it has a lot of travel. It's more of a, you know, 1970s style monster truck showpiece. But no, it's really a great truck. I'll back up and try and get an overall of it. Alright, YouTube, happy bidding on the 1969 Chevy. In fact, let me come over and get a view of the driver's side seat here, just so you can see that. Interior, clutch, pedals, you know, everything's in good condition. It's all there. Skull on the shifter. You gotta have a skull on the shifter. Okay, windshield's good, not cracked. All the glass is good. Rear window's good. So